Father Wang Luobin has left us. Because of his songs, he used to be so famous that I believe many people have heard his songs, love his songs, and will sing his songs. He composed and adapted more than 1,000 songs in his life, and his songs have been sung by generations of Chinese people. Because of his legendary experience, having worn 5 military uniforms, 2 prison uniforms, and an extremely rough and tumble life of trials and tribulations, he once attracted the attention of so many people. Because of his love experiences and because of the beautiful love songs he has written, he was once known as an ever-romantic love song king. Because of his achievements, the accolades he received, he had become a controversial figure, occupying too much media space. What legacy did the legendary and great song passer Wang Luobin leave behind for his descendants? Some say too much, some say too little. As Wang Luobin's biological son, I have the responsibility to clarify the issue of Wang Luobin's legacy to the world. What is a legacy? The property left behind by the deceased, including spiritual wealth and material wealth. So what kind of legacy did Father Wang Luobin leave us? That's what I'm going to tell you in this book. Wang Luobin is my father. He used to be called the people's musician, the king of Western songs, the father of Northwest folk songs, the father of ballads, the purveyor of Western folk songs, the king of love songs, the first person to introduce ethnic music in Chinese, and so on. In my heart, he is a great song transmitter. He passed on the most beautiful songs to people, and he made the Western folk songs go to the world. Some people say that without the West, without those minorities who can sing and dance well, there could not be Wang Luobin. But without Wang Luobin, so many beautiful folk songs could not be sung all over the world as they are today. It has been said that wherever there are Chinese people, there are Wang Luobin songs. This statement is the best reward for his life. The song he composed, In That Faraway Place, has been used as a teaching material for Oriental music by the Conservatory of Music in Paris, France, and has been used as a reservation for Chinese singing by many foreign singers such as Paul Robertson, Domingo, and Carreras, which is an honor for him because it shows that his song is beautiful and that it is a song that represents the heart and soul of our nation. His composition, In That Faraway Place, and his adaptation of Half Moon Climbing Up were selected as classics of 20th century Chinese music. He was my father, Wang Luobin. The first time I met him after remembering, I called him Second Grandpa. It took a long time of correction before I called this man named Wang Luobin Dad. This name used to bring me suffering and made my childhood, teenage and young adult years steeped in bitterness, hardship, and abandonment by society. The same name that brought me honor so that I was often enveloped in his dazzling glory. When I sat at the VIP table as Wang Luobin's son, I was often a little confused as to where I was. What kind of man is this? And why can he bring me to hell and then to heaven? What kind of fate is this, rising and falling in the tide of this age? My father said, I have eaten the great meals of heaven and I have tasted the portions of hell. Yes, it is with this great wisdom and peace of mind that my father left us in honor and disgrace. After my father left us, I had things I wanted to say but never found a good way to say them. He went through so many trials and tribulations in his life, and even after he left, many more rights and wrongs were born. It wasn't my father's wish. My father was a simple man. He just wanted to live simply. As long as he could sing, he would think he had a good life. But no, he lived a life of complexity, more complexity than he, an artist, could imagine or bear. There have been quite a few articles and books written about my father, which did not satisfy him when he was alive. He always said that when he came back from Singapore, he would write his autobiography at home behind closed doors, a wish that finally did not come true. I've always wanted to write about my father, but this doesn't seem easy for me to try to put into words such an honorable and extraordinary life. After so many years, more and more words gathered in my heart. I visited the places where my father used to live in the great Northwest, visited many of his old friends and colleagues, and when walking along the road my father had traveled, my father's image came to life, and a real Wang Luobin appeared in front of my eyes. This father is no longer the father who shook hands with me and said goodbye to me as a teenager on the bright road, causing infinite confusion and sadness to rise in my heart, nor is he the father who sang and danced on the brightly lit art stage wearing a flowery kangaroo and carrying a red apple. This father is a real father. Suddenly, I realized that Wang Luobin is not a symbol, he is a living person. His life has too much suffering and too much laughter. He is loved by the world and misinterpreted. His life is full of tragedy, but it shows a person's will to fight. He overcame fate, overcame himself. He was a strong man, a successful man. He always maintained human dignity throughout his life and always kept the courage to aspire to a better life, which is the most important thing. For me, the story of my father, Wang Luobin, is a story that has to be told. I want to make a real Wang Luobin appear as much as possible, which is my responsibility.